GH, what's good with you?
Chilling, man. It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Get busy.
Tuesday. Press conference later on. I think he said like an hour.
Who that?
Dev, Ryan Ruley, Dev, Jose Ramirez, Tio Barbosa. Really, really exciting card. Like that's an intriguing joint. But you know why I'm here.
Yeah, for sure.
Controversy. Gervonta Davis, Lamont Roach ended in a draw. And it wasn't necessarily the scorecards that was controversy.
Yeah.
It was the knee. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We did an interview right before the fight.
Yeah.
And the things that you warned Gervonta Davis about is actually what came into play. What did you think of the fight, and what did you see ahead of time that will warn you about the short shots over the top in the exchanges?
Well, first of all, congratulations, both of them. Great fight. Super exceeded my expectations because Lamont did more than what I thought he would do. I thought Tank was going to be able to break him down, but the points I was making, they came out was because Lamont didn't come to play. I mean, he wasn't really like fuck Tank, but it was like fuck Tank. It was like I ain't about to let you just put me out. I ain't that boy. Like we won't even get into all of that. So what I saw from the very beginning was the respect level for each other. Tank, he wasn't going for Tank feints. Tank wasn't going for his feints, but they was respecting the feint. They was respecting the distance. They wasn't trying to do too much. Wasn't trying to get caught slipping. Because Tank knew that Lamont could counter him. That's what people didn't understand. He could, and Tank knew it, and it came out. But as the rounds went by, it heated up slowly. Some people felt like the beginning rounds was boring. To me, that was science, because you're looking at two nasty species, but they come in different forms. Tank got a little more of a flow. He like submarine. Like we going this way, but I mean we're aware of everything that's in our vision, peripheral vision and all. You know what I'm saying? So I just remember like Tank like, all right, well we gotta get the party started. We can't sit back too much. So he get to put a little shit together. But then Lamont at first was like checking it all out. You could tell he was kind of feeling off. Tank was getting off a little bit. Not real crazy, but he was just sneaking a little shit in there, a little combinations and shit. Lamont, what I like about Lamont, when he give you a shot, it's an official shot. Like he was shooting nice little straight right hand to the body. He jabbed when he jabbed Tank hit one time. That was key. Things like that, keeping him at bay and making him respect your punch. His defense wasn't like the best style wise, but it was on point. I mean, he was keeping it nice and tight where Tank couldn't sneak a little shots fully in there. They was landing some shots, but it was like grazing shots. You know what I mean? But in the fifth, I think it was the fifth round, Tank had put a nice little combination together. He touched the body, then he went back up top with, I think, two. But he finished with a hook. When he caught Lamont with that hook, Lamont looked at him like almost like, motherfucker. Like, all right. You know what I'm saying? He stood up, took a deep breath. You know what I'm saying? That was Tank's best shot. Lamont ate the shot. That's what that whole thing was about. Here's why. Here's how you know why. If you look at the shot, when Tank landed, boom, Tank jumped back to look for the effects of the shot. And all Lamont gave him was like, all right, let's get it. That right there, that let Tank know it was gonna be a long night. Like we in for a long night. And I mean, like I said, as the rounds picked up, the combinations picked up, the body work picked up. But the reason I scored it a draw was because if you understand a fight, somebody has to be beating the person to win. Like you gotta beat them. This was more like an even thing. It was like whenever Tank go to the body, Lamont go to the body. Lamont go up top, Tank go up top. If Tank throw a combination, Lamont throw a combination back. If Tank throw a single shot, Lamont throw a single shot back. They was fighting at the same pace. It was kind of like Lamont saying, I could definitely hang with you, but it wasn't like, I'm gonna beat you the fuck up. It wasn't like that. It was more like, man, I could do that too. all right, show me something else. It was like, you know what I'm saying? He was getting it in, though. Tank antics is top tier. Talking to the ref, talking to the fighter, talking to the crowd. His antics is top tier because all of that shit buys him time. All of that shit buys him time and get him time to breathe. Lamont was more like watching him. Lamont was the predator in that fight because we seen Tank. We know what Tank can do, but we don't know what Tank can do when he's not the predator. We don't know what that look like. Let's see what that look like. Let's see what that look like when somebody on Tank ass and Tank was trying everything he could, man. I mean, every tactic, clean or dirty or crafty, he tried it. You know what I mean? And there was a second part to that, man. But I was, you know what I mean? So what was the second question?
The warning.
Yeah.
You warned about the short shots and the exchanges. What I feel like surprised a lot of people was that Lamont was winning the exchanges and Tank had to get out of the line of fire. Like, basically, it got too hot for the biggest puncher in boxing, arguably.
Yeah.
And Tank had to, whoa, let me get my distance back.
Yeah.
I think that was probably the biggest takeaway from people that feel like, not even people that feel like, everybody saw the same thing.
Right.
Whether you think Lamont won or you think Tank won. You realize that shit was heating up and Lamont got the better of majority of those exchanges.
Well, the warning came from me being a coach and saying, if I had Tank and I know Tank and I know how he get, what would he have to watch out for? It was those things, because Tank, when you a puncher, you automatically greedy. What I mean is, you know, if I land one, I can hurt you. So imagine if I hit you with 4. Imagine I hit you with 5. Imagine I hit you with 2 big ones. You know what I'm saying? I know I could get you out. A guy who know he not a puncher, he'll go ahead and just touch you. You know what I mean? I'll catch you when I catch you. I ain't gotta force it. But a guy who can hurt you is gonna force it because he know he can hurt you. So with a guy like Lamont with tight defense like that, a tight stance. I ain't even gonna say a tight defense. I'm say a tight stance because that's his form. That's his natural form. Come out like that. You're gonna have to make that open up. In order to make that open up, you can't bomb shots, because if you bomb shots, you're gonna keep him tight. You're gonna keep him in the shell like a hermit crab. So if you bombing and you missing, then you gonna get that short shit because it's coming from right here. It's coming from right here where something swipe off the forearm, he gonna bing. Little short joint, something slide over here, he gonna bing. Little short uppercuts, little shit like that, because that's where he is. He's not moving too much. He moving his feet, but he not moving too much where he gonna change the angle so much. So if you miss or if you graze him with a shot, he's gonna have perfect distance for his shots and the way he throw his shots. Yeah. So, like I was saying, when Lamont throw his shots, because Tank would have to do so much to get to him, because he got a tight stance, he don't give you the openness. Lamont is actually putting himself in perfect position. When you miss or you graze him, he already in pocket. He's in pocket. He's right here. So when you miss or you graze him, he right here. Bing! He got you right there. He can make a short angle. Bing! He don't do too much with his upper body. He do, but he don't. It's not it's not exaggerated like Tank movement was. So he was causing big trouble for Tank. That was just something I saw. Tank, again, he got to open you up and hit you with a big shot. When you look at his big shots land, it's from the other guy making a mistake and over exaggerating. Tank catching. Rolly was trying to dump that big right hand. You see what happened to him. Tank slipped inside, let him run into his left hand. Knock him out. Well, it's Leo Santa Cruz, same we already know, through the same right hand. It's reaching in, same thing, got countered, got put out. I mean, Hector Garcia just was running in the shots. You know what I mean? Tank was laying a little shit off. It was. He had to go get the tall guy,
Mario Barrios.
You know what I mean? But for the most part, you gonna hurt yourself fucking with Tank, or like a Frank Martin. Frank Martin was broke down mentally, physically. Frank Martin was strong. He was physically ready, but he wasn't mentally ready. But Lamont gave us everything. Lamont showed skills. He showed timing. He showed distance. He showed jab. He showed combinations. He showed body work. He showed everything. He brought the package to the fight.
All right, you already know where we going next. The knee.
Yeah.
You got people arguing that it was a knockdown, should have been a 10-8. You got some people that are arguing that, oh, it was, something in Tank's eye and they should let it rock. It should go to the discretion of the ref.
Yeah.
What say you?
After reviewing it myself, looking at it in slow motion, he definitely took a knee. He took a knee from a little short. It was like a little short right hook that Lamont had through. It kind of grazed him. He ain't hit him flush. But when Lamont got back to his jab, the second jab poked Tank right in his eye. That's a shot. You saw the effects. You saw Tank blink a little bit, and then he took the knee. We ran over to the corner though so fast. It was like, what, he forgot his mouthpiece?
That's what I thought. I thought he forgot his mouthpiece.
Yeah, ran to the corner so fast. I'm like, what, he forgot his mouthpiece? The thing is, when Calvin wiped his face, he didn't even dig in his eye. He didn't clean the eye out. He just wiped his face. Tank's blinking a little bit, get right back out there to fighting. So to me, that was just, I was like, damn, that's some odd shit. Like, that was kind of crazy. He just called the timeout, basically. You know what I mean? Do what he want. Now, it is a rule if you're having some type of malfunction or something like that. Not physically so much, but something like your glove tape or something you could do that. But when I ain't see nothing going on, so when he said the eye thing later on, my initial feeling was like, but that could happen. I mean, that's happened. I remember one time I was fighting Morgan Fitch in Pittsburgh, and he didn't even hit me with the shot. He hit the glove, but it pressed my ear real hard, and then you know what I mean? And I couldn't hear it for a little bit, but I couldn't stop because of that. I'm like, if I try to stop, or if I focus on the fact I can't hear right now, I might get clipped. But I never thought about getting down on one knee, and maybe I should have. I don't know, but I didn't do it. I just stayed on. I kept my eyes on him, and I finished boxing. Like 20 seconds later, my hearing came back. But for Tank to do that fast and then argue with the ref, that bought him like another 20 seconds. There's a lot going on. I felt like it was tactics to gather himself, to get himself together. But it happened so fast, he knew he could, you know what I mean? Because he didn't get down on his knee. It was like, stand back up, it was like my eye. Got down on his knee, looked, and then ran to the corner to hurry up and get them to wipe, to make it like, all right, I'm cool now. But he just needed a second to gather himself. To me, because it was the effects of that jab, I think, yeah, it should have been an 8 count. But it's like, it's the A side, it's the A side, B side shit.